Well, it is Friday night on day 2 of our 3-day trip in the Allegheny National Forest. Yes, we covered probably 5 miles, 4.5, 5 miles pretty quickly, just by about from 8 o'clock to half that time. We stopped at several spots and just kind of took it easy. But we did a lot of hard hiking. The trail was tough, a lot of uphill grades, a lot of we probably climbed several hundred feet in altitude. Just remember what the topographical map said. So we made some good progress and some sore muscles. I know we've got a couple of pulled muscles on each of us. We despise our backpacks as much as you can possibly despise them. Come down and then take a break and then go back up. Looking over, there's only a few things we thought of maybe not bringing if we were to do this again. But for 3 days, probably what weighed the most was our sleeping bags, and it was chilly last night. Tonight's going to be even chilled. We brought those. The tents have some good weight to them, and our food, of course, had the bulk of the weight. And we brought light food. We purposely brought light food, so I'm not really sure how we could have lightened the pack anymore. But
especially with it raining last night.
Yeah, especially with it raining last night. So, but where we're at now is we connected, followed the eastern. Start over Thursday. We traveled the eastern trail. Our plan was to travel the western trail, but that's kind of the one we ended up on. So we traveled and hit where it connects with the North Country Scenic Route, I think is the name of it, where Minister Creek Trail connects with Northern Scenic Route Trail, and then we just kind of went maybe quarter mile, half northwest off that trail, made our camp there last night. And today we probably only hiked maybe 2.5, maybe 3 miles on the trail. Cut a lot of ground. Connected back up with the western half of the Minister Creek Trail. Got off of the Northern Country Scenic Route. And the trail on this side is definitely easier. Found a lot of campgrounds, kind of a definite area where people really like to stay, a real popular area. Saw a deer today. It was our first deer of the trip. Got pretty close, probably within 100 yards of the deer. Extra shot if I'd have been hunting, but it was still beautiful just to see it. It was a doe, but it kind of had the body of a buck. It might have been. I don't know if they're supposed to have their antlers yet or not. I know they don't velvet until September. It could have been definitely beautiful. So we hiked up, 2-3 miles today, and then got to the point where there's plenty of campsites, plenty of available campsites, perimeter campsites. We already had fire rings, no running water or anything like that, but already cleared everything. A good spot to lay the tent. But because of that reason, we didn't want to camp down there just because it was popular and probably get as we possibly could. So we kind of picked a spot and decided just to kind of go northwest again, west by northwest. Headed off the trail uphill. Kind of got a kind of a thing about wanting to camp 300 feet in altitude. Probably went 3/4 of a mile to Belleville. Actually, we can find our way back home. So I'm off the trail tonight. Top of anybody ever being here, and the closest one we found a tree, and it'd been there so long. No pop cans, no fire rings, nothing. Place we stayed slightly farther than from any car like that, but it was. You could see fire rings over the place, trash in a couple of spots, Gatorade bottle in one spot. Definitely more populated. This area is a little bit closer to roads. There's nothing out here that points to. So toughest is making sure we can find trail again tomorrow, and then horribly the Allegheny National Forest. So as long as we can go in a straight, it'll take us to the road we came in on. But that's if all else fails. Should be okay. We have to find our way back trail. We kind of went down a couple times. We left the sacks back that far, but the boulders out here, and they all look different, but they're all very similar. Finding your way around here is kind of like finding your way through a maze, because after a while, around it's like nothing but boulders, and now they all kind of run together. So yeah, that's important. How we campground set up, we completely had the fire. We did the fire tonight with Nick, scraping the magnesium. After a few tries, we ended up breaking down in here. Had we needed to do it, I'm sure we could have pulled it off because pretty close a couple times. Because just your F-flat camper for Tinder, for ceiling. So, but we've got to go. Actually, smokes in just a minute. So, what was your favorite part of the trip?
Yeah, it had great big boulders. Really neat. You could just see everything. I think that was my favorite.
That was kind of our first real stop, so it was kind of neat. The snakes. We're seeing a rat. Neither one of us are like scared of snakes, and I would have caught the kitty. I just felt like we'd leave alone, but it's completely different. And seeing the rat snake was kind of like hard to see. We saw newts probably 22 days. We've seen them along. It kind of was scary. And this site, panoramic view of what's like this. There's so many ferns in this out, and I was amazed at. And this doesn't look like Pennsylvania. I just wild and it's so beautiful out here. Just I do. It's we're hiking at our 11, so that's enough for us. But part of the reason we didn't want to finish we did exploration, took a nap, and something outside of being up this high is there's no running water, so our water supply is limited. We've got plenty for drinking, but still. Anything else? Show the camp.